everybody, this is Joel Marshall and this is LearnMyComputer.com, and today we're talking more about folders and the files within the folders. Again, we are going through this very specifically because a lot of people don't understand this stuff and then they jump straight to a program and start to try and use it, and not understanding these basic fundamentals, they get themselves frustrated and have a terrible time. So we're trying to avoid that by understanding these basic principles really early on and then applying them to different applications and other fun stuff. So here I am, I have these two folders, and these are the ones that we talked about last time. Joel's folder, India pictures. These are just my folders. They won't be on your computer, but you'll have your own folders. So I'm going to double click on Joel's folder and see that I have the different files that are in there, and I can view them like we said last time in different views. I can look at the pictures. Oh, there's my face, and let's see, there it is, a little smaller. There's a man on fire. There's all kinds of fun stuff in here. Now I'm going to go down to detail view because this is what we're going to look at today, because this can be very useful in many ways, and it is also something that applies to other programs that we're going to use in the future, such as email programs and spreadsheet programs like Excel and some other ones. So first thing I'm going to do is I am going to maximize this window so we can get a better look at the contents, and I'm going to click on that button maximize that we talked about previously, and it's going to maximize this window. So now I see the files, and they're in this area here. These are all the files. I will slide this other part over to the left. We're going to talk about this area later on, but right now we're talking about the files and how they have these columns that are named at the top here. So a column is a vertical sorting of different attributes of the file. And so vertically we're seeing different attributes of the different files, and horizontally we're seeing one file with all its attributes. So if I click on any one of these files, just single click on them, I can see the attributes that go with this file. Attributes meaning just specific information about the file that we may need to know. And the different attributes are name, so we want to know the name of it, of course. The date modified, which means the last time that we changed the file. And type, which is what kind of file is this, what program does it open with. And then size, which is just the amount of space it's taking on the computer. So the computer has a finite amount of space, and each file takes up a specific part of our space, such as your garage has only a specific amount of space, and you can only put so much stuff in there. Computers are the same way. You can only put so many files in a computer until it gets full. So it's good to know what the sizes of the files are, because we'll know how much space they're taking up. Now this is the interesting thing about this view, this details view, is that because we have all this information about the files displayed, we can sort the files in ways that will help us find them or help us group the files and help us understand what we have here. And here we have only a few files. We could have hundreds or thousands of files in this folder, and we might want to sort them to find the files that we're looking for. For instance, file type over here. Right now I have it sorted by file type, and that shows me it groups things by their file type, meaning images here, these are JPEG images, which is just a type of picture. We'll talk about that later on, but now you see I have all my pictures just in one place because I've sorted by file type. And the way I sort by file type is I go up here to the name of the column and I click on it, and it sorts everything by file type. And when I click on it again, it sorts it in a different way. So there are two different ways to sort. One is ascending, which means that you start with the lowest letter in the alphabet and go all the way up to the highest letter in the alphabet. And we're sorting by that right now. We're sorting by alphabetically these file types. And the other is descending, where you start with the lowest letter in the alphabet and then go all the way up to the highest one. That's descending, because we're going down. And ascending, because we're going up to the highest letter in the alphabet. If I sort by size, I'm going to click on that, and of course I'm sorting by numbers rather than letters, and I'm going again from the lowest to the highest. If there's a mixture of letters and numbers, then when I sort, it'll sort the numbers first and then the letters. If I sort by date modified, now it's sorting just by dates on the calendar. So it knows. It's not sorting by numbers. It's sorting by the whole thing. Like if you see, we're in ascending sort here that goes from 2006 all the way to 2012. And when I click on it again, it goes from 2006 down to 2012 in descending order. So that's all. You just know that when you click on that, the name of the column, it'll sort it by whatever the column tells us about the file. And you see all the files move when I sort by that. Again, name I can sort alphabetically. And say I was looking for a letter for Joel, I just couldn't see it on the list. I can sort alphabetically, and then I can go alphabet up to L and letter to Joel. There it is. So that's sometimes easier to find. Or maybe let's say the last file that I changed was letter to Joel. If I sort by date modified, letter to Joel comes right to the top if I'm sorting in ascending order. So wrap your head around that. This is going to become very, very useful in the future in many different programs, and also for finding files on your computer when you need them, and for viewing them the way you want to view them. I'm going to give you one other example. If I sort by type, file type, let's say I wanted to select all the pictures in this folder. Well, now all the pictures are right here. All the image files are right here next to each other, so they're easy to select. If I had sorted by size, they might not be as easy to select. If I sorted by name, they're completely all over the place. Like I don't know where they are. I have to go through and pick and find, and this is just much, much more difficult than if I sort them by type. Okay, so that's sorting files in Details View. Again, to get to Details View, you just click on that icon of Views. Go back, it's just that. You click on that, you go to Details, click on Details once, and you're in Details View. My name is Joel Marshall. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at joel@learnmycomputer.com. That's joel@learnmycomputer.com, and I'll see you next week.